Hey everyone, by now you've heard we've got some big changes in store. Beginning on September 7th, we're going to have 2 program hours each Sunday. We're going to move the worship hour up 1/2 hour to 10 o'clock, from 10 to 11. Then we'll have a brief break for some coffee and social time. Then at 11:15, we will have a lifespan religious education hour for children, youth, and adults. You're going to be hearing a lot about this all through the next several weeks, and it'll be in the newsletter and on our website and other forms of communication. For now, though, I'd like you to hear from some of the members of the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of the Emerald Coast. They've been doing this for 2 years now, and we've been consulting with them about how they do things. Just a couple of weeks ago, I went down and talked to some of their leaders about how it's working for them. Here's what they had to say.
Second hour is a dedicated hour to lifespan RE. In other words, it's not just adults that are going to groups, but also our youth as well. And the beauty of it is that while our youth are in their classes with their teachers, their parents and other adults have the option of choosing from among usually 1 of 5 different small groups to go to.
The program first started, we started with 2 and 3 kids. In fact, jokingly, our DRE at the time, it was her children, and she was feeling badly. We've gone to that now to where we have, I'd say, 15 core kids that they're consistently. The summer right now it's low, but it's usually 12 to 15 kids core, and then they can jump up to 20-something easily.
Sometimes we have a hard time getting the kids to go home. They've really enjoyed the programs that we've had. We use the UUA curriculums, and there's always activities, there's stories. We have a hard time fitting everything into the time frame. I think we're more restricted by the time frame of 12:15 that we release than we are worrying about the kids being bored or tired or not wanting to participate.
We have expanded a great deal on young couples, families with young children, because before they could come and everything else, but the adults could never then go in the evenings to when we did have our circles and sharings for adults, because they had to go get babysitters and the normal friff of life. They just didn't come back to church much. This allows the young couples to come in and share, or the single, especially single mothers and everything else, to share with adults while their kids are going to class.
See, one of the things that's really important to remember is that during the first hour they're listening and they're sitting and behaving. During the second hour they get to, speak and share their own 2 cents. And that was what's so nice in the principals group, is everybody got to say, yeah, well, I like this principal better than this principal, and here's why, and that sort of thing, and interact more.
Kind of gives a smaller, medium-sized church a big church kind of serviceability with the second hour. I think that the things that people, the reasons people go to a big church, I think this type of program gives many of those reasons to the smaller churches. And I think it's always important to give people as many reasons or excuses to come, and this opens up that door, I think, for smaller churches to really blossom, because you are offering a lot more for really not much of an investment at all, other than your time.
It has helped all of us to get to know members of our congregation in a much deeper way. Than just a superficial, hi, how are you, my name is. People really open up and share life experiences.
It also weaves in with all our social justice programs and our social justice circles and special interest groups that we have a structure for here that allows for bottom-up interest to bubble up and form groups. But one of the critical things is that we have talked with each other and we have these relationships. One of the things we find in our second hour groups is that we talk with each other and we find out we have a lot in common, and we come together to do projects and to do things together, which if we hadn't talked to each other, we would just remain isolated and wouldn't act.
And just a side benefit too, having many circles develops more leaders. So when you have somebody with an interest or a project and they start at a second hour and suddenly they become into the leadership mix.
Well, I hope this gives you some idea of the possibilities for a second hour program. I think they're just great. I'd like to thank the members of the UUFEC and their minister, the Reverend Rod Debs. We've been consulting with them now this entire past year, and I'm sure we're going to continue to rely on their experience as we put together our program. I'd like to add this cautionary note. I'm excited about this program, but let's remember there will be setbacks. There will be mistakes. We'll take 2 steps forward, 1 step back. We've got to work through these things and push forward through our challenges ahead. I'm confident we can do that. We have a wonderful facility, we have a great staff, we have excellent lay leadership, and of course, if I may say so, I'm a little biased, I think I'm serving the best congregation in the entire Unitarian Universalist Association. So let's work together to make this happen, because I think it's going to bring great benefits to this fellowship and great benefits to our community, which really needs the message we have to share. May it always be so. Blessed be.